Hey everybody, in honor of Shark Week, I'm decided to break the news that I will be cage diving at great whites at Guadalupe in September. Just like Shark Week, just like Discovery Channel, I'll be seeing the same sharks, I'll be in the same place, I'll be in the same boat. And it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it's been named. It is Deep Blue.
Jesus H. Christ. What do you got here? Portable shower or a monkey cage?
Anti-shark cage.
Anti-shark cage. You go inside the cage. Cage goes in the water. You go in the water. Sharks in the water.
You see stuff on Guadalupe and even on the same boat that I'm going to be on. Discovery Channel uses the Horizon. They shoot a lot of shark documentaries on there, and actually one of the largest sharks ever filmed, if you've seen the video on the internet, on Facebook, YouTube, the name of the shark is Deep Blue. She's about a 22-foot female. That particular time was a couple years ago. She was pregnant, so she was very large, and they estimate her to be about 50 years old. That footage that you see of that shark was filmed at Guadalupe. Well, let me put it this way. I'm less nervous about getting into a cage with great whites than I am about being seasick.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.
So just to give a little bit of a background, ever since I was a kid growing up in Texas, I've just been fascinated with sharks. Actually, if I wasn't at the library taking out books on dinosaurs, I'd be taking out books on sharks. Probably has a lot to do with seeing Jaws back in the day. Jaws came out in 1975. I was about 5 years old. And for whatever reason, when people were like, oh, I'm too scared to go in the water, because of that movie, I was like, I want to find out more about sharks.
25.
Around 16 or 17 years old, I got certified as a scuba diver, and further explored that, and it's a wonderful thing. I'm glad I have those experience and that skill set. Along comes Shark Week, and there's at least 1 week out of the year where I'm just watching everything I can on sharks. And so over the 20 plus years that Shark Week has been on, I don't think I've missed a season. But before that, anyone who was cage diving, I always thought was just a scientist on a research vessel and stuff like that. It's been my dream to go cage diving at great whites. So I'm very excited about this, and I wanted to have a little fun with it, so I made this video. In September, I'm going to leave from Long Island, travel out to San Diego, California, get a hotel right next to the marina, and then that evening I board the Horizon, which is a large chartered basically dive boat. There's going to be 16 other like-minded individuals who are crazy enough to get in cages with great whites.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
From there, we leave probably around 9 to 11 or something like that at night, travel down to Mexico, go through customs at Mexico, and then from there, we have a day out at sea getting to the island of Guadalupe. My wife has absolutely been wonderful about the whole thing. I'll be traveling solo for this. Some of it has to do a lot with my mom's passing, and it's just been kind of a bit of a bummer of a year for all of that, so why not take care of your bucket list thing and get it done? Some people don't have a bucket list. Some people's bucket list probably does not include cage diving with great whites, but it's something that I've always wanted to do since I was a kid, so I'm doing it. The bucket list thing is a very important thing for me. I had the opportunity on my bucket list, which again is another childhood dream, I got a chance to visit Loch Ness in Scotland. Always been a big fan of Nessie and the Loch Ness Monster and that whole mystique and area surrounding it. So the opportunity for me to go to Scotland and go to Loch Ness and even stand there and put my feet in the water at Loch Ness was a big accomplishment for me. It's important to have a bucket list and to do at least some of those things on that list. It's a way to aspire to a larger picture. It's a way to grow and experience something that's greater. There's plenty of things on my bucket list, but the top thing on my list, the cage diving of great white sharks, for me personally, I want to be able to say, I did that. Not to go through life where we just end up saying, well, I wanted to do these things, didn't really work out, I never got around to it, and then it becomes too late. I had the opportunity on a couple occasions to swim with reef sharks. Diving on a wreck in the Bahamas, we swam with reef sharks. Diving where they actually did shark feedings, and that's a guy in a chainmail suit with a box of fish heads, whatever have you, and we all sit down on the bottom at about 30 feet of water, a ring of scuba divers, me and a bunch of other scuba divers crazy enough to do this, and we watch sharks being fed, and we had about 30 to 40 reef sharks, 6-7 feet long, swimming all over the place, getting fed, all that sort of stuff. Had zero interest in divers. You were not their food. But they will swim in and they will bump you, and you'll get hit with fins and you'll get knocked around a little bit. They'll swim right past you. They'll swim underneath you. And it's an incredible experience. And you are up close and personal. So I did reef sharks on a couple occasions. That was an amazing experience. And then in Sodwana Bay in South Africa, I had the opportunity to jump in the water and swim with whale sharks. Whale sharks were like 24 feet long. They were huge. They're the biggest fish in the world. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely amazing experience. They're so big. With their tails, they do one thing like that, and they are down, and you're there with your little flippers trying to kick along just to kind of keep up with them. But amazing animals. So I've swam with sharks on several occasions. It's been nothing but incredible experiences, and I'm not really worried about this. Cage diving with great whites, it's just going to be another amazing, incredible experience. So I think when people think about cage diving, they always expect the worst, and they probably think about this scene. Of course, it's a classic scene, it's Hollywood, it's a famous movie, everybody knows about it, and that's maybe about the extent. That's what they expect when they hear about cage diving with great whites. No, cage diving with great whites is nothing like that at all. Let me give you a little bit of example what cage diving might actually look like. So take a look at this. As you can see, that's a pretty good, accurate representation of what my experience will be like.
I now am a shark, not a mindless eating machine. If I am to change this image, I must first change myself. Fish are friends, not food.
So yes, it's true. I'm going to go cage diving with great whites. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a lifelong achievement and something I've been looking forward to since I was a kid. So I'll be spending 5 days on a boat off Guadalupe Island, cage diving with great whites, and it's going to be awesome.